Wow, that is a lot of sun. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's vlog. We gotta start the day off by getting my coffee fixed like usual. Start this thing up. That sounds good. So one thing I've been noticing the last couple days is that this car does not like 91 octane gas, and I know you're supposed to put 93, and that's all we really have in Michigan, but I went up to a gas station that had 91 and it was like 30 cents cheaper than 93. So I was reading on my gas cap and it says that 91's fine. So I put it in there, and my boost gauge is telling me that I'm only making about 5 psi of boost since I filled it up with 91. I usually make like 12 or like 11-ish on 93. So I've been trying to figure out if this is like a normal thing or if something just broke in my car like right at the same time. So let me show you guys what's going on, and maybe any of you Volkswagen guys in the comments can help me figure this out. Let it warm up for a second. So this is also the first video that I'm using this cool external microphone that I bought for the GoPro. It was only 20 bucks on Amazon, and let me show you guys in the mirror. But basically it's like a little like thing that extends out of it and plugs into the mic jack, and hopefully the audio is improved a little bit at least. It was only 20 bucks for this entire kit, so if it's not much better, screw it, but I thought I'd give it a try for that much money. Looks like we got a nice little CC over here. These are really nice cars. They're beautiful, but they don't make them in a 6-speed manual, which is the only downside. But I've wanted one of these for a long time. I might look into test driving one just to see how it is. Alright, we got our coffee and our bagel. Let's check out this boost issue I've been talking about, and hopefully you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. No, my bagel fell. No! Oh god, it's so crappy outside. Holy shit, I hate this time of year, guys. If any of you guys are curious what a Mark IV Jetta looks like on the interior, this is actually the Wolfsburg edition car, and I'll kind of go over this car at some point for those of you guys who are interested. But essentially this is like the sport Jetta that's not actually the GLI. So I got like the 3-spoke leather wrap steering wheel. These seats are from a GTI, Mark IV GTI, so you can see they have some pretty intense bolstering. I actually really like these seats. And they have this kind of like carbon fiber looking cloth, which is super cool to me. It's really a great car, and as you can see, the mileage is insane. It's almost 200,000. So that's really my only gripe with this car. It's just that I don't think it has a ton of life left in it. I'm sure that it's going to need a timing belt job done pretty soon, and probably some other expensive maintenance, just because that's the nature of Volkswagen Audi cars. But for right now, it's a great car, and I think the plan is to keep it until about 200,000 miles. I'll probably sell it right before it hits it, just to get a little bit more value before that big number change. So yeah, I'll probably end up driving this thing throughout the winter. It's a fun car. I mean, 1.8 turbo, 5-speed, pretty good handling, really nice interior. So for like a $3,000 car, it's pretty sweet, and I really recommend it for any of you guys looking for a nice daily out there. So that's the plan with the Jetta. I know it's not the most exciting car out there, but be patient, because we definitely have some crazy stuff planned for the future, and my next car is going to be pretty exciting, and I'm pretty fucking excited for it, to be honest with you. So let's head home, and on the way there, I want you guys to pay attention to the boost gauge. Like I was saying before, It really only wants to hit about 5 psi of boost right now, since it's on 91. And as you can see, I have basically 3/4 of a tank, so I have more than 10 gallons of 91 left, which is kind of a bummer. I'm debating on getting some octane booster, like from AutoZone, and dumping in there, but I just don't really trust those like products that do that. So anyways, check out the boost gauge. See, we're hitting exactly 5 psi, and it's kind of interesting that it's exactly 5 because that's pretty much half of what it usually hits. So I'm wondering if like the ECU actually has a tune on it to hold it at half the boost pressure or something. But yeah, I just don't know how smart this ECU is. I know it's a 2003, so I know it's kind of on the edge of like pretty advanced ECUs and stuff. So I don't really think it's a big issue. It looks like the computer kind of has handled this and has like made adjustments for the lower octane. And I totally know that like higher octane gas is usually a good source for a little bit more horsepower, but I kind of thought that was just for NA cars. I didn't really know that because I assumed that you had to put 91 or 93, but I guess even the little difference from 93 to 91 is enough to throw the car off a little bit. So once again, if any of you guys have any advice, throw it down in the comments, and I really like to find out if this is a normal thing or if my car does have an issue. And just like that, we are back home to my apartment, and I'm going to enjoy all this food, and then I'll get back to you guys and we'll continue the video. Well, I just opened the hood to try and get some intake shots, and I just found out why the car isn't making full boost, and probably has some other problems, because my intake completely fell off. And I guess this is a lesson to make sure you have maybe a more secure setup, because yeah, that's not good at all. That was letting unfiltered air go in there with dust and all kinds of crap. So needless to say, I'm gonna put this back on securely, and let's go test drive it and see if it's fixed. Alright, so at this point, I think the best way to go about this issue is to put the stock airbox back on and drive the car for a while like that, just to eliminate all of the chances that something is wrong, and just, you know, take one more factor away. Even if the intake is, or the cone filter is on correctly and everything, it's still, you know, the stock airbox is really what you should use for a stock tuned car like this. And if I have it tuned, that's a different case. I'll definitely get a real intake for it. But I'm going to go ahead and put the stock intake back on. You know, I'm going to lose the cool turbo noises and stuff, but I got to keep my car healthy first. That's obviously much more of a priority. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put the octane booster in that I just bought at Meijer, and let's see how the car reacts to that. Hopefully it gets back to normal and all the check engine lights go away. Oh yeah, making boost, that's what I'm talking about. Do it again. Right up there, 10, 11 psi. That is freaking awesome, guys. I'm so excited. Alright everybody, we are back in business with the Jetta. The stock intake was put back on. We put octane booster in the gas tank, and first pull out of my driveway hits 12 pounds of boost. Feels great. I honestly have to admit that was probably one of the dumbest things I've ever done, like working on cars. That intake really should have been put on there better, and when we did install it, it felt good to me. I tried to yank on it a little bit and it wouldn't come off, but I guess, you know, just the, you know, hitting speed bumps and that kind of thing jarred it loose. So I learned my lesson today. Make sure that your intake is all set up, because the last thing you want to do is have your car suck in all kinds of dirt and debris, and especially turbocharged cars with very delicate turbines on the turbos. So that was quite an adventurous little episode there. I can't believe that actually happened, and the car was still running pretty good after that. So lesson learned, and definitely not going to make that mistake again. But hopefully you guys learned something from this too, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. So take it easy, and see you later.